All right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to Kellyanne Conway Wait until America learns this about Kamala Harris. Let's jump in.
Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway, co-host of the hit show The Five, Harold Ford Jr. Good to see you both. Harold, I'm going to start with you. There's no way, and I've known you a long time, there's no way you or any Democrat will ever convince me or Kellyanne or most of the American people that Democrats were not fully, completely aware of Joe's cognitive decline. And to use the excuse of a poor debate as a means of pushing him out is beyond disingenuous. You knew about it. Everyone with eyes to see knew about it. Why did the party, why did the media in this country lie repeatedly to the American people?
Well, first off, happy Sunday and good to be with you. I'd say a few things. I think over the last several months, we probably have seen the president and others may have seen some decline.
Harold, wait 1 second.
God.
Months or years?
Wow, and this is before Joe Biden actually resigned, I think, or during. I don't even know. But this is what happened with politicians, man. They're just full of it. You're telling this guy didn't know when we were saying this about Joe Biden since 2019 during his debate with the Democratic Party as a nominee? He was not even a nominee yet. Oh my God.
Years. I pointed out his cognitive decline before the 2020 election.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree with you on that. I watched him during the State of the Union. I thought he gave one heck of a speech. He stayed on that House floor shaking hands and talking
insane.
Joe. And then he came out during the debate, but for the 3.5 weeks, Brett Baer was right. The 3.5 week run we have had is nothing short of astonishing. Brett writes a lot of books on 3 days. This will be interesting if he makes a 3-week one. You consider that bad performance. You consider the assassination attempt of President Trump, the unbelievable convention that the Republicans had, and then just in the last several hours, the exit of President Biden.
Look at him, bro. Look at him. Look at him. This guy's talking about months. We knew it for years.
Call it whatever the reasons are. And Sean, I'm not saying that you're wrong in your assessment. You may very well be right. But one thing is for certain this evening, this race for the president has been completely upended. I don't know if it will be Kamala Harris. She clearly is the front runner. She has, I think, for her, the next 36 to 72 hours are the most critical for her if she's able to keep others out of the race. She'll have a public statement where she will actually have to present.
Wow.
We all know that some of her presentations in public have not been the best. I think the country will be looking at her in ways, more eyeballs will be on her than ever before. So this next 1 or 2 presentations to the public will be absolutely critical. And to your point, Sean, when President Biden speaks in the next day or two and answers questions about the issues that you have aptly raised, we'll get a better sense of what it is or why it was that he decided at this moment. I think it's as simple as that he can't win, and the downward ballot pressure was so enormous and growing. And I think there were a lot of Democrats who were going to come out in the next day or so that it might have been even more.
They all knew about it. That was the plan from the beginning. They knew Joe Biden was bad. They knew they cannot, the Democratic Party itself is not going to elect Kamala, but they think they can just simply push Kamala as the front runner doing the president run because she's supposedly black. That was the plan that was the plan from the beginning, folks. The Democrats have nothing to run with, only identity politics. Oh man, it's just disgusting.
Embarrassing for the president, so I think they got out in front of it. But one thing is clear. It seems like the Trump campaign has been prepared for this. There might not be Joe Biden as a nominee. And we're going to have one heck of a fight between now and November.
Look at the dishonest human being, man.
Contest of ideas.
Yeah, right.
If he's not strong enough to be the candidate, the 25th Amendment ought to be invoked immediately.
Immediately, right away.
Your thoughts about the fact that everybody knew about his cognitive decline. It is not a surprise. Everybody knew. They were willing to cover it up until it began until he began to bleed in his polling. Then it became about power.
Actually, Sean and Harold, It actually happened when they started to worry about their own seats. You know, most of them were saying, please step aside, pass the baton, Mr. President Biden, because you're going to help us lose the House and the Senate as well as the White House. So it was very selfish. Their concern about Joe Biden was always electoral, not emotional. It was always political, not medical or even moral. And Kamala Harris led the chorus of liars every single day, pretending that Joe Biden is a trapeze artist or a triathlete behind the scenes. And then we all see what we know, what we see with our own two eyes. And that's just not true. Why did Kamala Harris or anybody else who's thinking of running for president or vice president, Sean, lack the courage, integrity, and love of country to just say, listen, I love this man. I want him to step aside and spend the rest of his years. Let's hope there are 20, 30 more years, Joe Biden, in Delaware with his family. If you don't like the style of Kamala Harris, if cackling Kamala bothers you, if you see her with the word salads, if you don't like her style, wait till America learns her substance. This is somebody who ran for president in 2020. She had such a big rollout. She was 15% of the polls. She had huge endorsements, raised a ton of money, and fell out of that top tier fairly quickly because people got to know her and hear her. She didn't get a single delegate. She had disastrous staff turnover as vice president. I check it on the daily. Her public schedule, gentlemen, rarely has anything on it, or one or two things on it.
Wow. So basically what they're trying to do right now is the media now is trying to just do the lead work for her. She don't have to do anything. She basically need to just step back, and we're going to basically say, orange man bad, orange man bad, orange man bad, but we don't have to even give her an interview. If we give her an interview, we're going to edit everything. That's just so sad.
She does not speak well. She does not work hard.
All right, so
she doesn't
Kellyanne,
inspire anyone.
let me ask you.
And she should not be the standard bearer for the party. Yes, sir.
Will in fact, the voices of Barack Obama and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries, they had an opportunity, and they have an opportunity right now to come out in favor of Kamala Harris. Their silence, to me, is revealing and deafening. Thoughts?
Yes, they want an open primary. I think they want more of an open conversation. They know that Kamala Harris should be prepared to be president, but she's not, because she's turned the vice presidency into a no-show job. One other thing, I think Joe and Jill Biden did something clever. He left. Their poll numbers are going to go up either immediately or ultimately for doing that, because their poll numbers were both suffering. And Kamala's will probably go down at some point. She'll have some kind of bump. Let's make history. Meanwhile, people want to make money, not make history. They're tired of that stuff. But here's
and this is what's going on right now. Her bonds, her poll were going up. I think it's stabilized, because the thing is that Trump's numbers, he has a 48%, like a solid 47 to 48% support, like a solid. So now, as soon as the days go by, things are going to stabilize. So you need to have something better than just a simple message, I'm black or whatever she's saying. Like, if you don't have nothing, like, good for you.
It was clever and Machiavellian on their part. Endorse Kamala and have her lose to Joe Biden, lose to Donald Trump, so that she's never president. Kamala Harris has never shown us any evidence that she can whip together a campaign at the presidential level in 109 days, even if she takes Joe Biden's entire staff, because it's just too much to answer for. And let me just say, Barack Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, they all know something else. They think that they're going to lose the House and Senate. I think Chuck Schumer is going to tell his Hollywood friends, go give $500 million so Donald Trump will have checks and balances. He can't have one company, one party rule in Washington. Whoever operates Kamala Harris's teleprompter, whoever writes her speeches, is a MAGA mole and a Trump supporter. And I think those giants of the Democratic Party know that. They know that this woman is just not up to the job. So let it all hang out. Let other Democrats run. Question remains, gentlemen, which other Democrats want to be the sacrificial lamb this year? If you think that you're walking into a buzzsaw, Trump is the prohibitive favorite right now in the markets after that convention, after he survived everything from impeachment to indictment to insult to investigation, an assassin's bullet, remove him from the ballot, remove him from his company, remove him from social media apps. They tried everything they could.
Everything.
Whoever runs against him is running into a buzzsaw called Donald Trump, because he is the prohibitive favorite to be the next president.
Well, the elitists win, voters be damned, and if they need to throw Kamala Harris overboard next, she'll be thrown overboard. There's my prediction. Kellyanne Conway, Harold Ford Jr. Thank you both. Hey, Sean Hannity here.
You know what's
click
crazy
here
about
to
this?
subscribe.
I'm telling you, if Trump was deleted, I can guarantee you Biden would never step down. Because that was the last result. The last tactic was to make sure that Trump was deleted. Okay, never got deleted. Never happened. So he had to step down. I'm not saying that Biden was Biden's fault, but they tried everything. And for some reason they were trying to delete Trump. For some reason, Very interesting. But let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. I'll see you.